The war ravaging the Savannah Midland and Atlantic zones of Amazonia, now in its ninth year, has spawned a humanitarian catastrophe and obliterated vital infrastructure. In response, the colonial government unveiled its presidential plan for reconstruction and development in 2020, touted as a panacea for the war. Yet, as La République du Cameroon's Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngut's recent pronouncements from Bamenda reveal, this plan is furthering not just due to insecurity, but more critically from a lack of genuine international financial backing. The most damning indictment comes from Beijing. China, a nation known for its expansive investment footprint across Africa, has drawn a clear line. No funding for the PPRD as long as the war rages. While others see this as merely a logistical concern about instability, critics have qualified it to be a stark vote of no confidence in the colonial government's ability or willingness to genuinely address the root cause of the war. We see that China's resignation of the Amazonian territories as red zones is a diplomatic euphemism for a strategic withdrawal, a refusal to throw good money after bad into a volatile situation that the government itself appears incapable of or uninterested in resolving. Now, Japan's limited support, confined to the relatively stable FACO area, further amplifies this international skepticism, isolating the Biya government rhetoric from the grim reality on the ground. At its very inception, the PPRD was dismissed by shrewd observers as a cynical exercise in putting the cart before the horse. They rightly argue that genuine reconstruction can only follow a cessation of hostilities and a credible path to reconciliation. La République du Cameroon's insistence that rebuilding would somehow pacify the population has proven to be a hollow claim, a convenient deflection from its failure to engage in meaningful dialogue or hold accountable those perpetuating the violence and profiting from the chaos. Now, despite the Prime Minister's strained attempt to paint a picture of progress, boasting of reconstructed schools and roads, the truth is that less than a quarter of the estimated France CFA 2,500 billion needed for the plan has been secured. While the UNDP and a few others continue to offer support, their efforts are dwarfed by the scale of the devastation and the persistent issues of governance. The narrative from Yaoundé consistently blames insecurity for the plan's woes, yet it conveniently ignores her government's own documented indifference to the Amazonian grievances. Its heavy-handed military response and the rampant allegations of corruption that plague public sector projects. China's decision, therefore, is not a naive reaction to war, but a calculated assessment that the current environment, fostered by the colonial government's own actions and inactions, makes any significant investment a high-risk gamble with minimal prospects for success or accountability.